We begin with breaking news coming in from Austria, where authorities say several people have been killed following a shooting at a school. The incident happened in the city of Graz in the south of the country. Special forces are understood to be among those deployed to the scene. So for more, let's get straight across to Austria. We can speak to journalist Steve Schade in Vienna for the latest. Let's just begin with what you can tell us from what you are hearing there, please.
Police are now reporting that the death toll stands at 8. That apparently includes the shooter who committed suicide at the scene after shooting several students and apparently some teachers. The school remains on lockdown, but police have said they have secured the larger area, and they say there's no further danger to the extended community there. But the school does remain on lockdown. The Interior Minister of Austria has canceled all appointments and is now apparently en route to the scene. So this is obviously a top priority for the Austrian government.
At this point, has there been any official comments? Have authorities made any remarks regarding what has happened?
They are updating the death toll. As stated, it now stands officially at 8, including the shooter. The updates, of course, regard the amount of injured. There were other people who were shot, injured, have survived, and are receiving emergency medical treatment. The numbers there fluctuate, so we have to be careful. It is an active crime scene. There are helicopters above the scene. There's a large police perimeter, a high security area. And of course, at a scene like this, it'll take a bit of time to sort through the evidence. As terrible as it sounds, they need to retrace the steps of the attacker and find out exactly how things unfolded.
Yeah, as you say, we really have information just beginning to trickle in. So I'm not sure if you have this information available yet, but I will just ask whether we know anything else about the suspect or indeed about the victims at this stage.
What has been confirmed is that the shooter was a pupil at the school, which internationally is not a rarity, but in Austria, an absolute rare event. Gun violence is extremely rare in Austria. And we know that this was a student with obviously some kind of an issue with teachers and other students at the school. But this is such a rarity. This type of thing really never happens at schools in Austria. But now we do know, it has been confirmed that this attacker was in fact a pupil at that school.
And when you say this is a rarity, do you mean just school shootings, or give us a sense of how much gun violence there is in the country when you look more widespread?
There are very, very strict controls on gun ownership in Austria. You just don't see guns in society. They're hunting weapons. It's not like in other countries where you have laws that allow people to carry weapons in public. Obviously, people think about the United States, where there's an extremely high level of gun violence and incidents like the one we're reporting on now in Austria. Very, very rare that this would happen. Going back a couple of years ago, there was a shooting attack in Vienna. But just to give you an indication of what was entailed in the preparation by that attacker, the gun was sourced from outside the country. The ammunition was sourced from outside the country. So to get a handgun or an assault weapon in Austria with the ammunition and carry out an attack like this, it just never happens.
Well, thank you so much for providing us with this really important context. And the very latest, as we said, we're just collecting details and we'll be sharing them as they come in. That is journalist Steve Schade in Austria. Thank you.